Galatians 6:9 reads, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Our life is just like any crop that is planted in the fields. It takes time for us to grow in God, and we are planted in the areas of life that need the most growth. But God has to begin that process in us. He waters us with tests in life that will bring our trials and tribulations right to our face. Little by little and day by day, we begin to grow and grow. Soon after all the time that is spent with God and His hands being on us, we sprout into the image and vision that God had for us all along. Being harvested by God's great grace shows the Master's beautiful creation brought to life.
Galatians 6:9. Let us not become weary in doing good work, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Our life is just like any crop that is planted in the fields. It takes time for us to grow in God. We are planted in the areas of our life that need growth: relationships, bad co-workers, financial hardships, etc. Then God has to begin the process. He waters us with the test in life. We are then tested by the weather of life through our trials and tribulations. But little by little, day by day, we begin to grow and grow. Soon after all the time that is spent with God and His hands being on us, when we can't even see what He is doing, we sprout into the image and vision God had for us all along. Being planted is what our life needs. Being watered through life helps us to grow. Being tested by the weather of life develops us in the unseen. Being harvested by God shows the Master's beautiful creation brought to life. Yo, what's going on, bro? Talk Nation, man. It's your boy Eric here. Got my brother Marcus on. And man, tonight, we got a great episode for you guys. Hey, we still in this weight series. I don't know if y'all remember what my brother said, but we might be here to the next year. But we waiting, man. And I know y'all like, when is this weight series gonna be over? But that's the whole point of it. We're gonna teach you how to wait. So, yo, about to dive into some good stuff tonight. So, hey, if you didn't catch last week's episode, definitely go back and check it out. It was some great gems and nuggets in there. My brother came through and hey, he did a whole revival service on the episode, man. I'm telling y'all missed that heat, man, because he was using my brother, man. I'm telling you, he was God fed, God filled, God fed. Yeah. So, hey, if you're out there on YouTube, please share. If you're on Facebook, please share. If you're on the YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, and smash that bell so that you can get all the up-to-date videos. And if you're out there on Anchor, please share. Wherever you're hearing this podcast, please share. So, tonight, let's go ahead and dive into it. Turn it over to my brother, man. Bro, what's up, Rail?
Hey, what's going down, man? Hey, man. Hey, I'm excited, bro. I am legit excited, man. I can feel already that this one's about to be good because of the energy we're coming off from the last episode. And when I thought God couldn't do anything more, He surprises us again and does way more than what we thought, right? So, man, I'm so ready. I do want to take the time right now, man. As y'all can see, I'm wearing my Houston shirt, man. I want to send prayers and, just condolences to all the families out there who lost a loved one, anybody that was injured. I really just want to pray for everybody out there in Houston, man. That's my city, my hometown, man. So, God be with them, man. Just God be with the families and whatnot out there. But God's going to continue talking. God's going to continue doing his thing. So, like I said, man, we're excited. Man, warrants have been served. I think we stayed the night in some people's houses, man. We ain't even have to knock on your door this morning. We just woke up and we already at the breakfast table. So let's go ahead and get this thing cracking, bro. Good morning. Yeah, good morning to you. Let's go. Like my boy E said, man, we still in this weight series, man. It's still going down. We still in this Oscar Emmy performing, as you seen from the video, with this farming. I don't know how long this thing gonna go, man, but God had one more. He said, hey, I need y'all to do one more type thing here. And right now, man, if you can see the title at the bottom, it says getting it means growing through it. I know I gotta give y'all a forewarning. This it that y'all hearing, I need y'all to think before your save days. All right. And you're gonna get what I'm saying as this continue to goes on. Maybe through this first story, you'll get it. But just remember the title a little bit. Getting it means growing through it. All right. I'm gonna kick this off, E. My boy E threw down the other day. This dude did some oxtails. He did some greens, some fresh cornbread, not Jiffy. I mean, he had to been in there battering the bread himself. And he invited me and my wife over to eat with him, right? And prior to this, all day, we knew that we had to go over there. My wife she woke up and she kept saying how thirsty she was. Like she needed water, right? My wife drinks lots of water. But she woke up, kept saying, I need water. So I'm like, well, babe, go get some water. We got a brand new water fountain there. I spent $138 on. Y'all better be utilizing it. Like, get some water. And there's faucet water, there's hose water outside. That ain't never changed, right?
Yeah.
So she never went and got the water, right? So we prepare to get ready, to be some good people and be on time to somewhere and not like my people be late. We were trying to get there on time. So we left early and my wife walked across the street to my neighbor's house to get a Band-Aid for my son. En route to there, she stepped in the yard and she stepped in some it. Let the title go now. She stepped in some it. And she was fresh. She had a brand, like some fresh little boots on. She was looking good. She was looking bad. I ain't gonna lie. And she stepped in the it. We didn't notice this until we was on the road and I caught the smell like, hey, man, what's going on? Somebody, hey, if you did something, roll down the window. But we noticed that she had some it on her boot. So we pulled over and my wife is getting this stuff off her shoe. She trying to get it off. We doing all these things. So I go in the store to buy some water. Remember, my wife is thirsty. Haven't drank water. So we buy the water. We use the water to get the poop off the boot, right? To get it off the boot. It works. We pull off from the store and my wife says, man, I'm still thirsty. And it didn't hit me then, but it hit me later on in the day. And it hit me later on. I told the story to E, right? It's crazy because she was saying she needed water before the it happened. I told y'all I need y'all to go back to before you were saved with this it. She needed water before the it happened. We need stuff in our lives before the it happens. But the crazy thing is, we used what she needed to get the it out of it. So it brought me to my first point. When you dealing with it in your life, you need to understand Jesus, God, he been dealing with it since day one. Woo. I'm gonna stop right there, bro. Stop right there.
Hey, yo. Hey.
Told you.
I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I had a lot of it to deal with in my life too, man. And it's a great play on words. I love it. But hey, real talk, man, it's so true to it, right? It's so true to everyday life. And a lot of people are not gonna give you this message like this because this is real. It happens, right? if y'all watch Forrest Gump, right?
I
He
knew it
created
was
the
going.
slogan.
I was thinking it in my head. I
He
was thinking it in my
created,
head.
he created the slogan, right? It happens. That's what he said. Sometimes. so so understand that even God, even Jesus along his walk, it happened, right? And it was a
Yeah,
bunch of it. Now, a lot of that it that happened, I don't think a lot of us could have handled some of that stuff. And God has a way of constructing things to show us when the it happens in our life, how he can come back and make it all beautiful. Now, you ever seen some beautiful it? I never seen it.
oh, that's good. I
But
like where you
God has
going.
a way to make it beautiful.
I like where you going with this, bro. That's yo. I'm laughing because that Forrest Gump thing, like it hit like soon as you said like what he said. I was like, who talking about Forrest, bro? But the reason I pause, bro, because like you said, like God has a way of making these things like beautiful, right?
Yeah.
I want you to like don't even think about the word it. Let's replace the word it with
Yeah.
chaos because that's usually what
Ooh.
it is. It's chaos in our lives. So when
Yeah.
chaos happens in our lives, we tend to use the thing that we needed to
Yeah.
get rid of the chaos, right? And I mean, just bro, when I said the point, he's been dealing with it since day one.
Yeah.
Think about like we just replaced the word. He's been dealing with chaos since day one. How you know that? Easily. Genesis 1:2 in the TLV version. Now the earth was chaos and waste. Darkness was on the surface. This is Jesus. This is God. I mean, I'm sorry, God, day one. He was dealing with chaos. He was dealing with the it. So when you're getting this it, when you get in this chaos, we don't deal with chaos and it well. We don't.
Mhm.
As people, we don't do that. Our flesh doesn't let us deal with it. I just
Yeah.
gave you a prime example. We had it happen and we used what my wife was needing for to get rid of the it. And we didn't even think about what she needed no more. That's how we usually do this. I'm giving a funny story, but think about when you was going through chaos in your life. How did you handle that chaos? You probably handled it with more chaos. We had a podcast about this before where we tend to blow up things even more when
Right.
chaos is going on. The building is falling down. Well, shoot, add some more dynamite. Let's get it down faster. That's usually what we do with chaos.
Yeah.
We as people do not know how to handle chaos alone. But the reason I gave you that point is because when you going through this when you going through this chaos, I need you to go to somebody that's been dealing with it since day one.
Yeah.
It's right out of Genesis. In the beginning, the earth was with chaos. And what did God do? Oh, shoot, I got this. I know how to handle this it. Like, he gave it light. That's what he did. He gave it light. So, bro, I had to come in with that because, like, it's so important to set the boundary. I mean,
Yeah.
set like the foundation for the it, right? Because we
Yeah.
talk how you're gonna grow through it, but I mean, what is the it? How did the
Yeah.
it get here? Like, it been here. It's been here since day one. But
Fact.
we don't know how to deal with it because we can't deal with it alone. And for most of us, when we get the chaos in our lives, we tend to add more it to it, or we add more chaos to it. Bro, that's crazy, bro.
Hey, that's facts, man. I often sit back and think about, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the earth was without form, right? The earth was without life. Like, it was dark. It was just, it wasn't beautiful at all, right? So the it was here, the chaos was here, all that. And God said, you know what? Throw some plants right there, throw a little water over here, sprinkle some clouds, some stars. Like, he took the chaos and made it beautiful. He took the it and made it beautiful. So think about when you're going through the things in your life. You could be in a situation right now. And you know what God's saying? He's like, oh, okay. You know what? They right where I need them to be because all that, I'm about to make that look beautiful because they got a testimony to tell, right?
Yeah. I like that.
Oftentimes, and you got to look at your it in two different ways, right? I was telling my brother about my devotional, right? And I ain't gonna get into the part that I was telling him about, not yet. I don't think God ready to release that yet. But there was another part to that, right? And it says that in a time of waiting, that's when the enemy wants to play on your mind and your it the worst.
Okay.
So
That's
the
good.
enemy is gonna take your it and make it horrible and more chaotic for you. But God is gonna take your it and make it beautiful. So my question is, who you giving your it to?
Ooh. Hey, I like that play on the words. Okay, Kendrick. I like that. I like that. Who you giving your it to? Hey, you need to put that in the chat, bro. That's good. That's good. Like I like how you keep saying it, bro. Like, you know, God takes our it and he makes it beautiful, right? And like the prime example to it is for us when we get our it, like we give it to the wrong one. And that's what makes it, you know, horrible, makes it whatever it is. But I like how you just said that. I like how you just said, like, who do you give your it to, bro? That's big, bro. You gotta go deeper into that, bro. You gotta go deeper, a little bit deeper. You gotta go deeper.
Go a little bit. So
you know,
like,
you know what's crazy? It made me think about real quick before I turn it over. You remember Shawshank Redemption, bro?
Yeah.
He was what did he get away in? And like he escaped through a tunnel. Like I forgot how long they said the tunnel was, but he had to crawl through it.
Yeah.
To get to his freedom. Like go ahead and go deeper, bro. Go.
Yeah.
I don't even want to stay there, bro. Like
but I mean, like, think about it, man. Like you said, let's switch the word out. Now say it. Who are you giving your heartache to?
Yeah.
Who are you giving your pain to? Who are you giving the loss of a loved one to? Who are you giving your grief to? Who are you giving your stress, your anxiety, your financial problems, your relationship problems, your marital problems, your parenting problems? Like, who are you giving these things to? Because there's nothing greater. This is the great work of God, and this is, I like to tell people that's been through some things, and they always, like a person that not quite there yet with God, always asks, well, if God loves me so much, why did he take me through it? And insert the it, whatever it is that's in your life. Like I've been that person that questioned God. Like, why am I going through this it? Right? But it's in the it where the blessings come out of. Now, again, you got a fork in the road in your it. You can give it to the enemy, or you can get it to God, because there are going to be only two outcomes to this thing.
That's good,
man.
That's good, bro. Like, hey, man, you went ham on that one, bro. You went too ham. Like that just stuck with me. Like, who are you giving your it to? Like, y'all better go back and get on that one, bro. Like the part, so like, now that we didn't talk like about the foundation of like the it, right? Now I know y'all, if you coming in late, man, rewind, man, so you can get this wordplay and understand, man, what we talking about when you reading this title. But like, I had to ask a question, bro, because this is the part where I just don't work on, and you know, I've been in this farming thing and I've been trying to learn and do all these things. So, bro, like, what's your favorite fruit?
Oranges.
Like oranges. All right, so oranges come from a tree. Like me, I like pineapples, I like strawberries, I love watermelon, right? I love these things, right? The reason I'm asking this question, and I'm asking it to y'all out there, you know, out there too, to think about your favorite fruit. The reason why I'm asking for them, because most fruits start from the ground, right? Even if it's a tree, it starts from the ground, growing from the seed, which we talked about in the last podcast. It all starts from the ground, right?
Yeah.
The crazy thing I'm saying this is producing fruit is so important because people love eating good fruit, right? People love eating good fruit, like pineapple, strawberries, these things like that, right? So it teaches you like this this Bible verse I want to look up real quick. I thought I had it saved in my thing, but I don't. It's Galatians 5:22, right? real quick. But the Holy Spirit produces this kind of fruit in our lives: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. There is no law against these things, right? So just like real fruit here, like people, producing fruit is important because people love eating good fruit. And the fruit of God, like people love these things. Everybody loves love. Everybody loves joy, peace, kindness, and all this stuff, right?
Some good eats.
It's some good eats, bro. It's good eats. I like that. It's some good eats. But did you know farmers use manure when growing like plants and fruits? They use manure. I don't know if you know where manure is, but manure is it. Like that's it. Like, I'm gonna give you one of my favorite movies, man. Me and my family, we love this movie. It's Back to the Future. Back to the Future. We love this movie. And there's one part of the movie that we all laugh about. No matter when in time in Back in the Future, one dude always get covers in it. He always causes manure. It's his worst thing. He always gets in. He's like, manure. And he like doing it. It's all crazy. But manure is it. So it made me start thinking, you telling me all these fruits that I love, they got to grow through it?
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
Hold on. All these good fruits, strawberries, pineapples, mangoes, apples, and all these things, they got to grow through it? How they taste good? I mean, he alluded to it earlier that God turns it into beautiful things. Like he was already on part. He was already on point too. Even before I got there, I just love it when God make a plan come together. But all of these things like had to grow through it, bro. Like I'm not kidding y'all, bro. Farmers use manure to help grow. Like the reason they use it is because it helps plants grow. So my second point, bro, yes, it helps you grow.
Yes. Hey.
Bro.
Woo, y'all, this is so good, man. So I need everybody to think of themselves as a seed, right?
Okay.
Like think about, because we all got different things that we can bear, right? Even God said in the Bible that you got to be careful. I'm not quoting it for verbatim, but you got to be careful of the seed that you bear, right? The fruit that you bear, because you can bear bad fruit, right? You can bear good fruit and you can bear bad fruit, right? So if you think about it, in order for you to bear some great fruit, and them great fruits is like hanging testimonies, right? Imagine somebody that needs this living water, right? And you've been through something in your life, and they don't know where they're getting this message from. They looking for God. They've been trying to find God. They've been hurt. They're going through the pain. They're going through the struggle. They're going through it. And here you come, this beautiful tree that done been through some it and then bear some great fruit. And all they got to do is come up and pluck a fruit. I'm going to tell y'all a story, man. Back at home, God rest her soul, it's a old lady used to be named Miss Winnie, right? Yeah. Now, Miss Winnie used to have this plum tree in her yard. And she was very protective of this tree, right? She wouldn't let nobody else come pull off it, but your boy, right? So I had all authority to go pick off this tree. I done picked so many plums off her tree because her plums always gave great plums off her tree. I done picked plums off of different trees that didn't taste the same. It's back to what I'm talking about right now. When you're growing through it, it is going to change you. It is going to change your mind. It is going to change your attitude. It is going to change your heart. It is going to change the way you move. And it's all part of God's plan if you allow the it that you in and give it to God through your growth cycle. as you walking along this journey, man, God, hey, you in it. You in it. It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
You ever try to clean it off your shoe? That smell don't go nowhere. The smell of your past ain't gonna go nowhere. The smell of that bad relationship ain't going nowhere. That failure in life ain't gonna. That pornography ain't going. The smell of that ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
that it is on you. But when you grow through it over time, the smell don't change. You go to the grocery store and you eat this beautiful fruit, and you don't even remember that it was in some it. Just like when people see you, they ain't gonna remember the it. They gonna see the beautiful fruit on this tree.
Bro, I swear you must be reading my paper, dude. You got to be reading my paper. I literally have this wrote down. Like, I can say it, like, I literally have it written down. So, yeah, when you go into your refrigerator and eating that sweet, refreshing, succulent fruit, you just bit something that went through some it. Like, I literally got this written down word for word, bro, because it's so powerful, bro. Like, what you said, man, I was going to say this, but I want to go back on something you said. Like, you were talking about like how, the tree has produced, man. Like in the Bible, like there are tons of verses that say, a good tree can't produce bad fruit and a bad tree can't produce good fruit. Yeah. Just because you went through some bad don't mean you about to grow a bad tree.
Yes, sir.
Like don't even fall into that. Don't even think about that. You going through that it doesn't mean you're growing some it. Like you can grow a good tree by going through that it, man. And that's crazy because like I'm trying to make it as tangible as possible to know that good fruit grew through some it. Like farmers throw it on it. It's not like they don't do it by accident. Like the farmers are literally saying, hey, who bringing in the manure? Let's throw this everywhere. Like they are really trying to do this because it helps the fruit. It makes the fruit even better. Think about you. You are God's fruit. That's what we are. Remember what we talked about last podcast, that God is the farmer of all the farms. Like we are his fruit. He bared us and he know we're going to go through some it. Sometimes the it that we going through is he put it there. Because you got to go through it. You got to go through it to get to the good fruit. Like that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like it ain't bad. Yeah. It's just like what E said earlier. Who you giving your it to, that what makes it bad. Yeah. So you got to understand that bro, like yes, it helps you grow. Like that's so important, bro. Like I really wanted to like touch on that part you were talking about the trees too, but I also wanted to hit this other Bible verse that, man, I'm talking about caught me and put a grip on me. It's 2 Timothy 2:6. It says, and the hardworking farmers should be the first to enjoy the fruit of their labor. So, think about this farmer that's out here. This farmer that's out here that's putting down all this it. I mean, they out there covered in it. They sitting up there picking it up, throwing it out there. Like he said, they coming back smelling like it. After doing all that hard work, when the harvest starts to happen, guess who's the first one to taste test like the fruit? The farmer. He gonna be the first one to know if this fruit is good or not. Why? Because he's not gonna sell bad fruit. He's gonna know the it that he put down was worth it. The it that he had to go through, the way of smelling like it for that day, for those weeks, it paid off in the harvest because he produced good fruit. So what I'm trying to tell you is the it that you're going through, the it that you smell like, it's gonna be good because you're about to get the harvest of the labor that you just went through. Just stick with it. Give it to God because he knows how to deal with the chaos. He knows how to deal with the it. So that harvest, when you first taste it, it's a good harvest. Matter of fact, you deserve that first taste of that labor you just went through. After all that it, you gonna tell me you don't deserve joy? Remember, I just told you what the fruit is that God produces. So you gonna tell me all them bad relationships you went through, You don't deserve a good relationship.
Woo!
All that pain and trouble you went through, you don't deserve happiness. All that hatred and abandonness you went through, you don't deserve kindness. I'm giving you the fruits that God give you. You deserve the first taste after the labor, dog. This verse right here, I'm talking about put me in a chokehold, because all my life I've been sitting up here like, bro, like I don't want this peace because I don't deserve it. All my life has been chaos, so I don't deserve this. All the bad things I've done, all the it that I've done, I don't deserve goodness and joy. God is saying, are you crazy? You deserve it more than everybody. You yourself deserve it more than anybody else around you. Why? Yeah. Because you went through the it.
That right there is for anybody that feels like they don't deserve nothing in their life. They don't feel worthy. They don't think God gonna love them even after they mess up. Like my brother just told y'all, you deserve the first fruit. Like even in the Bible, there was a celebration called the first fruits.
Yeah, you spoke about this. You told me about this. I remember this.
Like I know we get wrapped up in all these holidays and paganistic things, but in the Bible, the first fruits was a celebration of bringing the first fruits. Literally, it means the first fruits, the first crops, the first of anything, and giving it to God. But we see in this verse, God said you should enjoy the first. Taste what you've been through. Good. Oh, that's good. Taste what you've been through. You tell me if it's good fruit or bad fruit.
Oh man, taste what.
Because here's the thing about farmers: if it's bad fruit, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna plant some more seeds. They're gonna put some more it on it, and they're gonna have to restart the whole cycle. Ain't that what happens in your life when you don't pass the test that God is putting you through? You got to go through that it again. And it goes back to who are you giving your it to? Because if you're giving your it to the enemy, I'm sorry, not my bad. If you're giving your it to this man in this relationship, or you're giving this it to this woman in this relationship, if you're giving this it to the people that's at work talking about you and you worrying about what they saying, if you're giving it to whatever you want to praise before God, right? Whatever you idolizing, that you're going to have to repeat that whole cycle because you're going to bear bad fruit. A person that's going through something in their life can't bear good fruit if they too focused on what they going through in their life.
That's good, bro.
Like, thank you, God. Now I see where it ties in at. Me and my brother before the podcast was just talking about my Bible verse, my Bible on my devotional again. And it said that what stuck out to me was the word determination in the midst of what I was reading, right? And it says, I'm going to read it to y'all because this is like, it goes perfectly hand in hand, right? And it says, you must, where'd it go? Hold on one second. I'm going to find it in just a second. You must be determined, right, to wait on God. You must be determined to wait on God through what you're going through, the it that you're going through. See, when you're going through some it, you got to be determined that I'm going to give this to God. And I'm going to give y'all what determination means. Like, determined means having made a firm decision and being resolved to not change it.
Oh, man, dog.
When you're going through the it, you cannot change up in the midst of the it. The farmer can't take the seed out of the ground through the it.
There you go.
He can't switch the fruit. He can't switch it.
That's good, bro. Bring it home.
Even when the fruit is he bearing bad fruit, right? My brother broke it down for y'all on the last podcast. When the seed test, we're gonna drop the seeds in the water, and whatever floats, those are hollow. Whatever sinks are anchored, those are great seeds. So in the midst of what you're going through, you can't change the it. You got to be firm. I don't care what the enemy is testing you with. I don't care what test God has got for you. You got to be determined and have courage, because during this there's gonna be some people come into your life to try to change your I'm gonna leave right there.
Bro, dog, man, you just spit some fire. Dog, hey, listen, I need y'all to, I legit need y'all to go back and pay attention, play that part on rewind, because I need you to catch what he said. And I'm glad you brought it back to like the farming ways, bro. Because you said the farmer cannot change the it. Once he puts down the it, that's it. Let me throw that out there. Once he put down the it, that's it. He can't take back the it. He has to be determined that I know this it about to make that grow. That's it. He has to know that. He has to be firm in his belief. He has to be firm in his faith that I know that even though I just laid down this it, and it don't look good right now. If somebody showed up, they might be like, I'm not eating what's coming from there. He has to believe in his faith, the faith of a mustard seed, that what's going to come out this it, it's going to produce something good. Bro, that is good, dude. Like, I don't think y'all caught that behind that, bro. Like, we was sitting up here talking about this determination. Oh, God, I don't know where you going with this. Like, I don't understand it. And look how he just brought this in right now. Like, I'm so excited because, bro, he brought that word. I kept saying, hey, man, just get a word to eat. Like, whatever it is, God, just give it to him. Face plant right there. Like, man, you got to have determination going through that it. Like, you got to be determined to be like, hey, I know I'm going through this it, but after this it, though, that's going to be it. That's going to be it. That's going to be it. Let that be a phrase that you say when you going through some it.
Yes, sir.
God, I know after this it, that's going to be it. Like,
there you go.
We got to start saying that. I'm about to put it on the shirt. That's about to be a shirt. I'm so serious. Because that's too powerful. Because most of us, when we get to the it, we say, this ain't it. That's what we say. This ain't it. We're not even thinking about afterwards. We're thinking about the it that's right there. And you know what we do? We stay right in the it. The seed doesn't stay in the it. Thank you, God. The seed sees the it and says, this ain't it. This ain't it. I know this ain't my path. I'm supposed to go through this it. I'm not just supposed to stay underneath or in this it. I'm supposed to break through this it. We talked about this last time, bro. I can stay on this for another podcast. I know we coming back to this. This got to be something.
That
was so good, dude. Bro, that was good, dude. Man, that was good. Bro, I wanted to move on. I really do not want to, but I want to move on, bro, because we got some more it to go through, but I want to move on, bro. So, E, you know, we was talking the other day, man, and I told you something that had like hit on my head as I was riding to work, listening to music, man. I know the Bible, and I know everybody knows the story about the Samaritan woman, right? Like we all know the woman at the well and things like that. I need you guys to understand that, like, when you're reading the Bible, like, get your own interpretation on a lot of different things, man. Like, I listen to a lot of pastors and I take their interpretation and I'll be like, oh, I didn't see it that way. That's good. I see it now. At the same time, when you're reading, you should get your own interpretation too and ask God to let you meditate on it so you can fully get it, right? I want to tell y'all, after reading this thing about the Samaritan woman, I got a whole nother understanding because of what we're going through right now in this weight series and this whole farming thing. I never thought I could turn this and God can show me something that's dealing with it. But guess what he did? He did, right? So we all know the story, right? The Samaritan woman showed up at the well. You know, Jesus was tired. He was like, I'm going to sit here. You know, hey, disciples, go give me something to eat. I'm going to send y'all off. There's some story behind this, though, that me and E kind of figured out. Like, and I wanted to, you know, go into it a little bit, right? The first thing I wanted to say, like, that caught me, bro, was Jesus was sitting by a well and he asked a woman for a drink of water, right? Mm-hmm. And I asked you this question, like, was Jesus really thirsty? He never talked about drinking no water before this.
Right.
Even when they was eating loaves of bread and, you know, breaking down fish, All this stuff. I ain't never heard him drink. So
Right.
that was the first question, and I want y'all to remember that question because I'm gonna bring it back there, but that's not even the meat and potatoes. But remember that, like, remember I'm asking, was Jesus really thirsty? But what I really want y'all to do is to pay attention to the story. Like, so the woman came to the well, and Jesus said, "Give me a drink," right? But there's some stuff in this woman past reading on that I need you to know, right?
Yeah.
Jesus knew this woman had been married 5 times before. He said it like at the end of the meeting, right? So she been married 5 times before, and if you didn't know, she was living with a dude that she wasn't married with at the time. You know, things going on. You know what I'm saying? So Jesus knew this. So this is where I brought her to Eden. You know, she had to been thinking, this is me. I imagine her walking to the well. Man, I done been married 4 times before. I'm in this house with this dude. We going through this it. We doing everything but it. Like this is how I feel. She was walking to the well. It said it was high noon, so it was hot. She had her bottle in her hand. She had everything to get water. So you know, I know she was peed off. Yeah. So she's like, I can't believe this dude ain't asked me to marry him. I done been married 5 times. We going through all this it, and we doing everything but it. So I imagine that the woman was going through some it. She had some chaos in her life, right?
Yeah.
Why did Jesus ask her to get him a drink? It goes back to my first question. Was Jesus really thirsty? Like, was he really thirsty, bro?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus is sitting at the well. And I don't know if y'all read the Bible. It say Jesus, but JC wasn't a bad looking dude. They say, you know, the boy had hair white as snow. It was curly, so he had the high fade on. They say he was bronze, like shiny bronze, so he must be using shea butter. I know all these things from the Bible. This is what the Bible told me. I'm not making none of this up. We already know he had drip. You can ask the woman who has an issue who was going through some it for 12 years, and all she had to do was touch a hem. So you know he had drip. That's all I'm saying. It made me start thinking, bro. Did Jesus low-key set a thirst trap? Did he set a thirst trap? Did he know that him sitting there and this woman had issues with men? Is this what he did, bro? This is what he did. I'm going to go deeper in this, bro, but I want you to get in because you had some points on this too. So I want you to get your points in before I go even further, bro.
Hey, so here's the other part to this story too. Most the Jews back then wouldn't go through Samaria.
Yeah. Oh yeah, please bring
this in. They wouldn't even go through there because of whatever was happening in Samaria and all of that. They was like, nah, we rather take the long way around than to go through there. But Jesus said, nah, I'm gonna go through there. And the lady looked at him when she met him like, aren't you a Jew? Like, why are you here? See, she even questioning like, God is Jesus is in an unfamiliar place. He's in a place where people like him, where the world says the it is, where they try to avoid the it. See, Jesus went in it. And see, when you go,
bro.
See, you can't avoid the it in your life. We try to create our own plans. That's why you try to avoid the it. See, the it was part of your journey, but you tried the detour around the it. Now, let me go back to my brother's story about the it. Have you ever thought about why farmers put manure down to when they're trying to grow crops and all this stuff? Because the it has things in it to help you grow. So if I'm a seed and I never get the it, it's going to delay the growing process. It's going to delay me from getting to my full potential, right? So if I never put the it down, my crop's going to be short.
It's good, bro.
See, Jesus talked about this. Some seeds fell on good soil, some fell on bad soil, some got choked out. Some of the birds came and ate. Not all the seeds that you're going to plant are going to grow when you're in the it. But if you avoid the it, all the seeds that you planted in the it that could grow, and the seeds that if you try to detour around that it, so you might not get all the blessings that you were supposed to. Don't cut your supply of blessings off. That makes no sense.
That's good, bro. Hey, I like how you went back on that one, bro. That's so good. Yeah. And I like how you threw in about the Samaritan, because that's so much Bible and background that you got to read. Yeah. How Jesus didn't cut through Jesus didn't go around the process. He didn't go around the it. He was going through the it. All right. And that's and it's a reason why. And I'm about to get into it right now, right? Because the point I'm trying to make is God uses the it in our lives. God uses the it in our lives. Yes, this verse right here never stood out to me that this woman was going through it. And I'm about to show you how God uses the it. I asked you, did Jesus set a thirst trap? Yeah, he did. He set a thirst trap for her soul. He set a thirst trap for her soul. God will use the things that makes us thirsty against us. God changed this woman's thirst. See, this woman had an issue with men. She had an issue with men. He said that you've been married 5 times before and you living with a man right now. The woman said right after that, you must be a prophet, because nobody know that but me. So that's usually what happens when they say, bro, when somebody find out that, you watch pornography. Hold on, how you know that? You must know somebody, because the only person that know my dirt is me. The only person that knows my it is me. We're the only people that know our it. But when somebody points it out, you must be somebody. And that's what Jesus was right there. He was somebody. He pointed her it out to her. The thing that made her thirsty is what God, like Jesus, made. So when you going in, you ought to be thirsty. You ought to be thirsty, because you'll never get to the well if you ain't thirsty. If you're going through, you ought to be thirsty. See, I'm about to make this so perfectly clear right now, right? In this woman's life, right, she had the men was that temporary relief, right? And I highlighted this, John 4-13, right? Anyone who drinks this water will soon become thirsty again. Jesus talking about the water in the well. You can drink that all day, but I'm telling you right now, you're going to be thirsty again. But whoever drinks the water I give will never be thirsty again. It becomes a fresh spring within them, giving them eternal life. Make a point right here. You can drink everything and always find yourself thirsty. Have you ever wondered why? I did. I just did. I Googled it. You want to know why? Because your body is made up of 60% of water. That's more than half your body is made up of water. So when you are outside and you're going through physical labor, you're doing exercising, you're sweating, you're going through all this and you losing all that water. You can go drink Gatorade, you can go drink lemonade, you can go drink all those temporary things. You never gonna get fulfilled until you get a glass of water. Why? Because your water's made up of 60%, your body's made up of 60%. How can I turn this into God? Whenever you going through all this and you losing all that joy, all that spirit that God has given, all that happiness, all that kindness, you can do all these temporary things of pornography. You can do all these temporary things of friends and families and all these other type things and reading all these other books and all these other things you can temporarily fill in. But I'm telling you right now, until you put God in that thing, you will forever be thirsty. That's what this man was saying at the well. That's what Jesus was saying. I can change your thirst. Come to me with your thirstiness and I can change your thirst. You got to come to me with the it so I can show you what happens after the it. That woman was going through it when she was going to that well. I never thought this, bro, until today is when I saw this, right? I finally got it, right? So the same water is like it's made up of half. You got to understand that The reason why we don't get fulfilled with these temporary things is Genesis 2:6. When God blew breath inside of us, that made up half your spirit. All of you is all of him, and all of him is all of us. So the reason why you feel like after you watch pornography, after you go do your dirt, after you go through it and add more it, the reason why you don't feel fulfilled and you come back is because you didn't give your it to the right thing. You didn't fulfill your it with the right thing. You didn't give your thirstiness to the right person or the right thing. That's why you got to come back to God. That's why you don't feel fulfilled, bro. Dog, it's not, dog. I'm telling you, bro. I'm gonna let you dive in, bro.
Hey, I like how Jesus just made her recognize her it.
Bro,
like he showed her it to her.
Yes, indeed.
And this is what God will do. He'll show you your it, and it will change your life. Like he'll take your it and bring it back to that mirror. We talked about this on some podcasts back before. Like when you get in that mirror with your it, and you see your it, it's something about that makes you want to change up what you're doing. Yeah. Like I give y'all my testimony all the time. God showed me my flesh burning. That was my it. All the it that I was doing was a symbolization of where my life was going to go if I continued to do the it. Mm-hmm. Right? So he took my it, showed it to me, and I had to make a decision. Right? We just told you determination means you got to make a firm decision. So I had to make a decision like, I can't keep doing this it. I don't know how to get out of this it, but I'm going to show not keep doing this it, right? And that's what repent means. We tell y'all all the time, man, repent means to just turn away from the it, turn away from that. Everybody's been that Samaritan woman, right? If you haven't, the only person that probably hasn't been is still a virgin today, right? We all been that Samaritan woman, thirsty for something, not just flesh, whether it's materialistic things, whether it's attention, whether it's emotion, whether it's something, whatever you feel like you have holes in your soul with, that's the thirst that you have. See, Jesus took the lady's thirst and turned it into salvation. He took that it and turned it into something beautiful. Because now she finna go tell the whole village, y'all need to come talk to him. He just saved my life. Y'all need to come talk to him. I'm kicking all these men out my life. Terrence, Tyrone, I'm done with y'all. Go back to your wives. I don't want nothing else to do with you. I just been healed by this man right here. He is a prophet. I know he is the Son of God.
That's good, bro.
And you got to continue. You got to take that it back. Like when God show you your it, take that it and give it back to him. Say, hey, God, I don't even know what to do with this. I know you know what to do with it because you gave me this it. But here, take this it out of my life, and this is it. Like you got to make that decision that this is it. No longer will I continue to let my soul be thirsty for something that can never fulfill me. Like, I don't care how much you love that dude, or how much you love that woman, or how much you love your job, or how much money you got, or how much whatever, fill in the blank. Like, you got to decide this is it, man. Like, I remember along my journey, I was like, God, look, I can't continue. I give it all to you. I can't do it, man.
That's good, bro.
I can't. I relinquish all control. I don't care. I don't want nothing for me. I want what you want for me. Whatever this stuff you want in my life, whoever you want to put in my life, whatever you want to do with my life, I'm just the vessel. I give it away. It was it. I had enough. You ever been to the highest peak of pistosity, or you done had enough? You done had enough it in your life, and this is it. I'm done. I quit. I give up. Right? Like you got to give it away to God, man, and that's the only way that it is gonna change in your life.
That's so good, bro. Like I also want to make them like I want y'all to pay attention to something too, because this is something I missed in the beginning. The woman was going to the well to get what? Water. She was that was the mission. She was going to get water. Like I told you, she had the jug. The Bible says she has the jug, she had the rope, she had everything. we always tend to look at the it in our hands. And God looked at her and he even asked her a question. She asked him a question. When he told her, I'm the only water you're going to need, he put a word in front of the word water that I want y'all to pay attention to. He said living water. He didn't just say any type of water. He said living water. Yeah. She questioned him by saying, you don't even got what it takes to get the living water, to get the water. So we tend to look at the it in our hands and we miss what's already inside of us. Because I told y'all, God he blew the spirit in you. Bro. You always have the living water in you. That's what we do. We miss that word before water. We miss living water. Like that was the word to it. And it brought me to this verse, bro. Song of Solomon 4:15. You are the fountain in the garden, a well of fresh and living water. Like that's how you describe God. Like in here, he said, look, woman, you don't understand. This water, this living water I'm about to provide for you ain't nothing like what you going to this well for. It ain't nothing. And I'm going to tell you how it is. Bro, I just found this out and we can go from this. Jeremiah 2:13, right? It said that in here that the people, the nation that in Jeremiah when he's talking about, they committed 2 evils against God. It says, my people have committed 2 evils. They have forsaken me, the spring of living water. That was the first one. The second one was, and they dug their own cisterns and cracked cisterns that don't hold water. I had to Google what cisterns were. Cisterns are man-made wells. They're man-made wells. So God said, first, you forsaken me, the living water. So you're going after this other water, these temporary release, and you're doing all that, and that's your first mistake. But then the second mistake is you dug a hole and made your own well to hold the rainwater that I send down. Not the well, but you made your own, and it's cracked because of all the it you went through. So all this whole, you thinking you made a well and it's going to hold all this stuff that I'm giving you, all this rain. There's a song called Send the Rain because God, you want him to. You got a crack in your own well that you made. You ain't holding nothing. So when the people come to you to get this fruit, to get this water, they got all this stuff in their hand. They see the well. They say, man, I'm about to get some of this good water. And ain't nothing down there because you got a hole in it the whole time. Dog, I'm telling y'all, this right here is good, dude. Bro, this is good money because I did not look at this verse like I did until we started going through what we going through right now.
Yeah.
Bro, this is good, dude. This good. I'm good. Hey, bro, I'm good. I'm closing my book because I'm good.
Hey, think about this, man. If Jesus would have never showed up to that well, right?
Don't do him like that, E.
If Jesus would have never showed up to the well, she would have never got living water. She'd have kept getting Kool-Aid the whole time. Anybody ever drunk some cold cup of Kool-Aid? You still be thirsty, and you go back and drink more, and you drink more Kool-Aid, and you just feel bloated. Right? You ever felt bloated? Like you just feel with something that it just starts to hurt your body. See, that's when it gets in your life and you're not going to the well to get clean. If you didn't know, Jesus got baptized by John in the water, right? So the living water got baptized in the water. Y'all ever thought about that? Cool. In order for you to get this it off you, you got to go through the living water. You got to let the rain from God drip over your life, because the living water that's dripping over your life, the living water, because as you become clean, even as plants are growing, they need water. In order for you to grow, you need water. You need living water. You don't need regular. You don't need Eric water. You don't need Demarcus water. You need living water. So if we bring into you the word of God, that's living water. That ain't coming from us.
Nah.
You can't say Eric told me that. Nope, Eric told you what the word said. Demarcus said what the word said. We gonna have cracks and holes in our cisterns, like my brother just told y'all. But that living water, when you go read it for yourself, when you go sit and meditate, I had to ask my brother this, like, what it means to meditate on the word. And it's just when something sticks out to you, that's God sending a big sign saying, hey, right here, stay right here. I don't need you to go no further. I need you to sit right here so I can give you this living water so that you can go out here and become the great seed and fruit and bear this great fruit that I need you to bear. But too many times, like I said earlier, we try to avoid the it and detour around the it. And when you detour around the it, you missing some of the ingredients. In order to become a great fruit, you need to be planted. You need to be covered. You need it to be on top of you. You need to be watered so that you can grow through the it. And then you have to be cultivated, and then you're going to be harvested. So that when the next time somebody comes and they need some good fruit, you got good fruit to bear. Don't take them detours, because that's when you're going to start selling bad fruit. I know about y'all. If y'all here in Texas, you see a lot of vendors and stuff on the highway selling fruit and all kinds of stuff. If you bit into some bad fruit, would you go back to that person?
Nope.
My bad. Let me make it tangible for y'all. If after you talk to them friends, your life ain't fulfilled with nothing, and you still go through the same cycles and they give you the same advice, you're not getting the living water. You're not meeting Jesus at the well. All right. You're still in it. If you keep going back to that man or that woman, and you still feel empty after you leave them, and you begging and pleading them to help you with your life, and you still feel empty, and after they leave you, your cistern has a hole in it. You ain't meeting Jesus at the well. You getting a cup of Kool-Aid from them. You're not being watered. You're not getting the living water. You need living water in order to sustain, in order to grow. I'm telling you, ain't nothing without this word, man, that y'all can do in your life. Whatever it that's in your life, God gave you that it. God got the water for it. He got the person that's going to help cultivate you for it. He got the person that's going to help pick you up out that crop when it's time to harvest you. Like, he got it all laid out. Every farmer knows the blueprint to growing great fruit.
That's good. That's good, bro. Hey, I ain't got nothing else. I would just tell y'all this. I think he said something that was probably the most powerful thing tonight when he said, what if Jesus wasn't at the well? What if Jesus didn't show up at the well? And tonight, if you feeling like Jesus has not been at your well, or you feel like you have not been going to the right well, tonight, get in the Bible and read, pray to God and ask him, God, I am ready to take my it to the well. Because every plant, every crop that's been in it gets watered and washed off. And you don't remember it. So know that Jesus is waiting at the well to wash off your it. I really want to make that, because what he said right now was the most powerful thing. If you feeling like that tonight, get in your Bible, say a prayer, just tell God, I'm ready to wash off this it. I've been going to the wrong well. I don't know where I've been going. I'm ready to meet you at the well. Man, that's good, dude. That's good.
Good. Hey, BroTalk Nation has been great. Again, if you like this, you're out there on YouTube, Facebook, hit the like button, share it.
Like.
If you're out there on YouTube, subscribe to the channel so you can get all the up-to-date videos whenever we drop podcasts. And guys, we thank you. Sending our prayers to Houston.
Yeah.
Sending our prayers to my mentor out there in Houston, Shan Moy. We praying for you. Yeah. Praying that you come through. God got his hands on you. He's not done with you yet. So sending prayers to your husband and the kids. And hey, guys, whoever out there that's been going through it, to people that's going through it with COVID and stuff like that, it's still real, guys. People still dying from it. So, hey, prayers go out to each and everybody listening, your families. Hey, man, We in this together still, but God is the way. God is the living water. I don't care what them people are telling you, He is the way. So, hey guys, until next time, be blessed. Thank you. We love you. Have a great one.